Hi everybody, my name is Kerr and I am proud to say that I am an author for Ecstasy Books. I am the author of the Dead Camp series of books, of which there will be 5. There are 3 available at the moment and I am currently writing the 4th in the series. Dead Camp is a paranormal romance series, also known as an MM series, and it's set within the Second World War. But history plays a huge part in this series, and we go as far back as the crucifixion, and we go to Victorian London to explore the story. So it's quite a complex setup of different time frames, all of which merge to tell one large story. Each incident throughout history and each character is connected in quite a complex manner, and I hope it all makes sense by the time you get to the end of it. But it's quite a large story to tell throughout the series of books, and one that I've enjoyed doing very much. So I would like to introduce you to some of the main characters from the Dead Camp series. So first of all, we have the amazing Eli, and he's a bit of a dish. Bless him. He's a vampire with a very complex history. He doesn't know any of it when the book starts. He doesn't know his history. He doesn't know who he used to be. But he's also a very damaged being. He was hurt quite severely, and the arrogance that he has, the way he treats people, it's his way of hiding. He hides behind that. He hides behind this very large personality. It protects him. It's his way of protecting himself, so that he doesn't get hurt again. He loved somebody once, and that love almost destroyed him. So all the lies, all the secrets, it was too much for him. So he hides away, and throughout the course of the story, throughout the course of the books, he finds out the truth. Then we have the incomparable Malachi. How on earth do you explain Malachi? He's become quite a favourite with those who have read the book so far, and I got to admit I love him dearly. He's quite the character to write for. He's a ghost. He's in love with Eli. He's head over heels in love with Eli. And even though he knows he can't have him, he knows there is no hope whatsoever, it doesn't stop him trying. And what this leads to causes a lot of friction between the two and lands them in a great big pile of steaming problems, shall we say. So yeah, his is a very difficult story to tell, and it hopefully it'll break your heart. That was the intention. It's a very sad story for him, but bless him, it'll all come out in the end, I'm sure. Then we have Ethan. Now, Ethan's quite an enigmatic character. He's a stranger who literally falls on Eli's lap, for want of a better word, and don't know much about him, and yet they are drawn to each other in a way that neither of them can explain. There is something there, something that neither of them can get their heads around, and that is the thrust of the first book, really. It's what launches Eli back into the world of the living, into World War II, to find Ethan's father. He feels something towards him. He doesn't know what that is. He doesn't understand it. And as the series unfolds, that will become more relevant, and in a way that perhaps nobody will expect. So, you know what they say, true love never dies, and in their case, it really is the case. Then we have Gideon. Oh, what can I say about Gideon? When I wrote his character, I always had Hugh Jackman in mind. He's one of my screen idols. I absolutely adore the man, and he's a hunk, what can I say? So Gideon was always him in my head. But when you first find out about Gideon, you don't know really what to think of him. You kind of hate him. He hurt Eli. Who was he to do such a terrible thing? But again, his story is possibly one of the most complex out of all of them. His story is where it all began, and his story is what gels the whole thing together. And when you finally learn out the truth about him, hopefully you will change your mind, and hopefully you will understand why he did what he did. He has possibly one of the most difficult questions of all to ask, and that's, what would you do for love? So we have an ancient vampire, we have a love-lost ghost, but there are other characters involved in this series who crop up and drive the story forward. They're vital to it. Spoilers, sweetie, I'm not going to tell you. But they really are vital to telling this huge story that encompasses time. And as everything starts to unfold and you realise all these relationships are all interwoven in a very complex way, you realise that there's actually more to this than meets the eye. Okay, so my vampire story. I always loved vampires. Even when I was a child, I read Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I always wanted to write my own vampire story. So this is my twist on the genre. I wanted to do something that was hopefully different and exciting with it. I wanted to tell my own vampire story. I wanted to bring elements of history, elements of the mythology, and elements of the genre together to tell a new story, and one that will hopefully surprise. But I wanted to make sense of all the disparate parts of the mythology. Why can some vampires walk in daylight? Why can some vampires only come out at night? Why are some gorgeous and why are some ugly? And hopefully this series will encompass all of that and bring it all together in a way that makes sense. I'm very proud to be an author for Ecstasy Books, and you can find all the Dead Camp books on there. Their website is www.ecstasybooks.com. You will also find thousands of other books on there by some incredibly talented people, and it's very important that we support these independent publishers, because without them, authors like me just wouldn't exist. There's no way I'd have been able to have done this on my own, and I'm very, very grateful to them for giving me this opportunity and for releasing my books, of which are now in paperback. I am proud to announce. I never thought that would happen, but they're also available in paperback. So thank you for having me. I hope you will give Dead Camp a go. I'm going to leave you now because I've got to go and carry on writing Dead Camp 4. But thank you for taking the time to view this video, and also thank you very much for the support you have given me over the last year. Thank you very much, dear heart, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.